In my eyes, at the moment, not really that much is happening with CB. You know, we are coming to the end of the season. I mean, let's bring this up here. What are we now? We are in we're going into week 8. Tomorrow's week 8. That's that is when we're almost done. At least. And you know what, Walter, it has been an awful season. This has been a really bad season. That is irritating because I was very much looking forward to this season. I thought this season was going to be a great one, but so many missed opportunities. You know, so many missed opportunities. The Zweihanders are basically they're obviously usable, but they just fall short. Massively. I think they're fine. Their niche is okay, but there's better units out there that basically will do the same thing. That actually is not my issue with this season. That's not my issue with the season we've just had.
Sonny Kim said, people joining cohorts instead of trying to get rep.
That's not the issue I've had with this season. The units, I haven't minded them. You know, Zweihanders, they're interesting enough. Healing Archers, I like a lot. The Cav, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's pretty good. I enjoy it in PvE. It's a decent Cav. There's just not been anything distinguishing about the season whatsoever, realistically. And when are we meant to be getting the seasonal weapons? There's 3 weeks left. There's bloody 3 weeks left of this season. And we still haven't had the Maul, the Dagger, and the what else? Another one? When's that meant to be happening? When did we have the skin event last season? It was midway. It was about week 6. Before it wasn't. It was quite soon on. Because I still got the box, I believe.
The server problems sure have left a sour taste for this season.
Yeah, I've still got the box. Look, it's right here. Still got it from last season. So that was about week 6. We got that. So unless we get it next week or the week after, we are really cutting it fine with bringing that in for this season. I know I play dual blades. So I should be happy with it. But I think it's more just out of in general. And I don't always like to think about myself in these things. But if we take a look at the weapons, obviously we just had a dual blade buff, 5% extra armor pen. And then we had 25% range on this. And then something to the Great Thunderbolt, right? Hi, Norseman. But in my eyes, let me be honest, there is so many other weapons that could have done with a buff. Yes, I think dual blades could have done with something. Maybe not a damage, but maybe a defensive buff or something. But regardless, there are so many other weapons that could needed love that didn't get it. That I just don't get. I don't get the reasons for it. Don't worry, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining because I play dual blades. But personally,
Sonny Kim.
Yeah, the spear.
Said,
spear, for example.
They have forgot that spear exists.
You know, bow. There's a bow in this game, surprisingly, that literally can't hit heroes for anything. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want to advocate for bows being able to one-shot heroes or hit heroes for a ridiculous amount, but like, it's kind of how bad they are. I feel like it's a bit of a piss take to buff dual blades and buff shortbow. I mean, shortbow needs a much bigger buff than they gave it. When you've got like Nodachi here pinging itself off of shields and not being able to do anything. You've got spear that's literally not doing anything. You know, it's you got bow that is basically useless. You might as well throw potatoes at them. There's just other things. Don't get me wrong, you could put dual blades in the buff somewhere, but I don't think it should have been first on the buffing list. Unless you're going to buff everybody at once, I don't think it should have been on the list for being buffed like how it is.
PRDDY said, Zeiss top for blobs bottom. For 1vs1 engagements IMO bottom lane makes them a bit more tanky, just a bit in that stance, though they recover 5 horsepower per second and they're
5
immune
horsepower.
to CC,
Nice.
except for Owner Musha. I'd say top would fit most people better. PRDDY
I like top. They got good horsepower.
said, but overall I'd say take IR instead.
Do you know, and this is why you should take Iron Reapers. We're coming to the end of the season, right? Iron Reapers right now cost 300. These cost 300, but they're going to cost 315. You know, they're going to cost 315. Oh, sorry, 310. 310. Reversed, 310. They're going to be more expensive than Iron Reapers to take with leadership. Yeah, I know it's 10 leadership, but you'll get far more value out of Iron Reapers. But Zweihanders are better anti-hero if they're not dead by the time they get there. Is what is the difference. And if you want anti-hero, there's a lot of other things you can go for that anti-hero that are far more efficient and far cheaper. You know, you can anti-hero someone with easily a leadership that is, you know, like we go for, I don't know, Imperial Jabs potentially. You could easily anti-hero. That's 240 leadership. Blue Haub's anti-hero. I mean, if you want the cheapest anti-hero, and you really want to anti-hero, then kill them in two seconds. Naginata Monks.
Naginata Monks also burst down heroes.
Yeah, there we go.
PRDDY.
On the same page. Yeah, that's 125 leadership, and it will kill them faster than Zweihanders will kill them.
Said. On the same page.
Yeah, exactly, we're on the same page. So I think saying that Zweihanders are the best anti-hero is quite cheap. I think that's cheap, because if that's the only role you're going to give them, then take Naginata Monks, because they cost a quarter of the value, and you're going to be able to kill people faster. Where you take these guys, you take 310 leadership when the season's over, and if you can get them to the target with them all still alive, yeah, you're going to do some damage, but
Nightbot.
You might wipe 3/4 of a men-at-arms, but you'll have no unit left. If you're enjoying
the stream, consider dropping a follow.
So, I don't know. Personally, I don't want to see any damage added to these guys. They don't need any more damage. In fact, they never needed any more damage or any of the shit they did to them. What they need, and what they need, is defense. Like, why did they ever buff the damage? There was no need. Look at this, right? 1,130 defense, 1,018, 914. Why not just have Zweihanders with like 900 to 1,000 defense, but lower their damage? How happy would everyone be with that? Very happy. There's a reason why Iron Reapers are so good, and it's because they can take hits from everything. They're basically a unit that's not wearing a shield that basically is wearing a shield. They have like the most ridiculous defense. Now these guys, to me, let's look at these guys. Let's look at how they actually look like, right? So they've got all this armor on, looking very heavy.
Said. Personally, I think Zeiss should get a 4-5k HP buff without raising defense. That way top ISNT a squishy bottom will actually be legit with 5 horsepower per second. Top will be a true attacker. Bottom would be an interesting brawler tank.
I could see
while they're in stance.
I could see but the problem is then if you give them that extra health, that shouldn't make too much of it. 4-5k, you're now sitting them at the value. It's not going to make a huge difference, but you're also sitting them at the same health as like berserkers. You know, you're getting them all up to the 17, 18, 19,000 worth of health for a 24-man unit. Or 22-man, is it 22? 24. That's quite a lot when you consider like an 18-man unit of Iron Reapers. You know, it's 13,000.
PRDDY
11,000. 28.
Lower unit count to 18-20.
Maybe lower them to 28 to 18 and then up their defense. I would personally, I don't really care about their health, because health in this game kind of doesn't help all that much. Defense makes a bigger difference for units by a long shot in my eyes. And I feel like adding another 150 defense, or even more than that, to maybe make them susceptible to blunt damage. So leave their blunt where it is, but make their slashing and piercing much higher.
Said. Or the season before with YOLO Cave. PRDDY.
It's a tricky one.
Said. XD.
Health is everything for assassins. I mean, it's not really. Assassins have such low defense, you can hit them for like 9,000 with a throw on a dual blades. So health, I've actually changed mine, so they got 18,000 health. The main thing with assassins is smoke.
Sunnykin.
The smoke.
Said. Silidars aren't tanky enough either.
You want to, with assassins, the smoke, so the units don't actually hit them, is more important.
Health should work for Zweiss because of the percentage health gain in stance.
I would love to, Sunny Kim, Silidars. Silidars are legit one of my favorite units, right? They have nowhere near enough defenses for how slow and how... Yeah. See, I'll tell you what Silidars are. Silidars, unfortunately... Oh, well, I don't know if they're a bad version of them. They're a more simple version of Zweihanders, is what they are. They're just as simple.
Asherhin should have 30 units.
Do you know, I would love that, right?
Said.
You're so right with the Assassins thing. The Assassins thing.
Said. Same, I love them, but they always feel weak.
Yeah, that's it. That's my problem. I love taking them, but I get pissed off when they instantly get killed by something because one wrong move and they're dead. I like that idea of having 30 assassins, right? This is what I do with assassins. This is what I do with assassins. Don't get me wrong, assassins are great. Like thank you for the follow, dude. Assassins are fantastic. They really are. Used properly, they can do it. They can really disrupt. But I like the idea of making them. This is pure troll, but I like the idea of making them a 30-man unit. Let's bring all their health down to about 5,000, 5 to 6k. But let's have 30 of these bad boys sprinting around the map with the same stats, except they only have 5,000 health. 5 to 6k health.
PRDDY.
Like absolute glass cannon chaos.
Said. Glass cannons causing chaos.
Just imagine of 30 of these boys sprinting, leaping like f***ing like frogs around the map. But you give them they only have little amounts of health. So if they don't land their smoke, so you can go in and it would be so fun. That'd be sick. What about 25k? 25k HP? No. I had these guys, so I took these guys up a full health lane. I went for the middle health, I went for this health, and I went for all of these here. Didn't go for anything down here. And I had that almost 21,000 health. And it wasn't great. They still get killed too quickly. Yeah, they were Naruto, 24 of them, Naruto running around everywhere.
You know what they should have done with Assassins? Offer them the chance to pounce off walls and climb up walls without ladders in a matter of seconds.
That's it.
PRDDY. Said. Going full Assassin's Creed.
I think you're right. I think they should have been able to get up walls without ladders. So you place them there and they go pow, 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 and they just climb up the wall. Or they just, if they don't want to animate that, just make them blink up there. Like you blink and they're there. They like drop smoke on the ground and they go poof, poof, and they're just there if you don't want to animate anything. But yes, I think they should have been full Assassin's Creed. They don't need ladders or anything to climb.